What happens when you genuinely try to work on yourself? Where do you turn?
What's up?
Oh, hey E3.
Bro, you still working on this tool corrections? The ones the $7 billion self-help industry misuses.
Yeah, man. I'm just writing it all out. It only took 4 months. I mean, look. It makes for a great book. However, I create for YouTube, and this is a little heavy for the tubes. So I'm just really looking for an entry point for everybody.
Oh, wow. Are we seriously still doing this? Bro, just remember where you started. Truth first, otherwise you're just confidently lost. So don't be an ass.
Whoa, easy E3. We're not that kind of channel. So trying to make sense of everything inside the self-help industry, I found the clarity unsettling and how and why so many people tend to fail. Because most of the industry isn't structure, it's just scaffolding. And all the rest is misplacement. And all of this misplacement is just constantly creating loops, mantras, gurus, never-ending cycles of trapdoors. For this is all just give me, with no one offering real placement.
Just remember, everyone. Don't be an ass. Truth first, or else you're just confidently lost.
Come on, E3, not as I'm setting up the intro for everybody, yeah? So eventually, this all drove me a little nuts, and no, I'm not just talking about E3. So I spent the last 4 months with my neurodivergent brain going in this self-help spiral of doom and gloom until I realized one simple thing. I pulled out an old tote of all of my journals, and I started rummaging through that instead, which helped me not going nuts. So there I was, rummaging through 38 years worth of writing and journaling, and I already had the answers that I was looking for. I mean, so here's the truth. For all of us going through life, real life, friction is necessary. It is exposure to the terrain that we call living. And it is the part that no one can skip. For truth, it doesn't shame, but it reveals access to everything, eternal and externally.
Beige people will never understand that, but dude, just remember what great-granddad said.
Don't be a donkey. Terrain is already
Bro,
rough.
Seriously? We are just getting into this and I told you not to interrupt during the setup. So truth doesn't shame, it reveals. Let me explain. So most veterans of the channel know that I fall into that in-between stretch of time, born in 1982, what they are now currently called the Zillennials, from 1976 to 1985. Well, I guess that's one of me. So of course I'm old enough for all the analog consequences, but young enough for the digital permanence. So let's face it, the nostalgia is real for the 80s and 90s. That is just simply because, it was a decade where supervision felt lighter, shall we say. It was... Yet, consequences, they felt heavier because they were immediate, upon contact. So with truth being a real time, you learn fast that gravity was honest and immediate. So this teaches all of us that truth doesn't change, but the terrain, it does. Okay, E3, now you can say it.
Don't be a donkey. Terrain is already rough.
Attaboy. Let me tell you, even a virtual pet donkey is still a donkey. So every generation faces friction, and every era, it faces consequences. And your environment will always be your teacher. So the delivery systems may shift, but the truth, does not.
Just remember, everyone, don't be an ass. Truth first, or else you're just confidently lost.
Easy, E3. We're not that kind of channel. So, obviously, y'all, growing up in 1982, this is where truth was physical first. I mean, you climbed a tree, you fell out of it, you had an indentation of your entire body outline on the ground. We usually played a game called Who Can Reach the Top with the Least Amount of Injuries. Or how about this? You bike or skateboarded too fast? That delivered consequences real fast. And then when you always misjudged your strength, that's when truth shows up immediately and says, not today. So during these times, there was no real arguing with the system. There was no buffering moments. There was no pauses, no edits, only direct consequences to life. Just simply learning limits by touching them, grasping them, getting your hands dirty. Oof, the good old days, yeah? But to be fair, this was always clarity over cruelty. Yeah, I said it, because was that cruelty ever so vibrant? I mean, y'all, think about it. Having a tribe, a troop, friends, any group of people that you can actually wander around with because there was nothing else to do was more important than the amount of teasing that they gave. Let's face it, in the 80s and early 90s, and let's face it, in the 80s and early 90s, swimming lessons weren't seminars. They simply just tossed you into the deep end and said, figure it out, while they sat on the sidelines, watching you plead. There was no emotional readiness, and every step exposed your truth of what you can and cannot do, while every word that you tried to plea out, negotiated. So this harsh contact was just revealed. It's truth, quickly, all over the place. One slap after the other. It's a great divine play of the universe saying, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. It's your turn. It installed that sink or swim type of mentality. And this kind of mindset, it really builds awareness. It's risk assessment with adaptations for respect to your consequences. I mean, you all know this. It's as the old saying goes, truth will out. However, everybody, let's be honest here, physical friction wasn't the only exposure. For all the social truths were loud also. So all the differences like being creative, being sensitive, being queer, anything being outside the norm, you felt its hierarchy. Because there was less language for nuance during those days. Less structured mediation, and there was little to no emotional cushioning. It was get up, dust yourself off, do it again. So this means when you're walking through terrain such as that, belonging, it was never assumed. It was navigated, revealing truth. How rooms work, how power moves and shifts. And certainly how identity holds under pressure. And yes, sometimes it shaped your resilience, and other times it left brutal scars. Right, E3? But still, when you walk this path, truth never disappears. It just simply instructed how the train shifted, but its own truth remains the same. Today's friction lives online. For all the digital permanences, all the public mistakes are just scaled global visibility. This is simply a reputation under an algorithm that cannot be erased. So yes, it's truth, more scaled up, inside of a terrain that we are currently walking today, called computer and AI realm. I mean, let's face it, 80s and 90s were still the times when mistakes could be erased, when things can simply be forgotten about. Woo! But now, your mistakes can echo for your entire lifetime. So this is simply different exposure to truth and its current social permanences. So instead of playground hierarchy that only lives in the memory, everybody is now dancing around in a lifetime of digital visibility. So again, different terrain, same truth. We teach here that consequences are your teacher. For exposure, it always refines everything that you're doing, everything that you're eternally building and externally touching, thus making consequences always your teacher. And exposure refines everything that you touch, inside and out. And the contact is what corrects. So no, it's not about which era was tougher, as you can see. It is all about where truth really shows up. Physical, social, digital, everywhere. So truth doesn't adapt to comfort. It reveals itself through terrain and how you move through them. So friction, it truly only asks one thing. How do I respond to life? Different terrain, same exposure to truth. Truth. It is the single thing that exposes all of us and life for exactly what it is. And this is the very reason why this neurodivergent puts it first. Because truth is not hope. It is providing you that clarity. So truth comes first because most people don't fail from a lack of effort. They fail from misplacing their alignment in the tools of growth.
Truth comes first. Most people don't fail for a lack of effort. It's reality as it is, not where you want to be.
What in the basilisk realm did you get kicked out of, bro? Seriously?
Dude, your words are brilliantly written. Your delivery is too heavy, so I make it digestible.
Oh. So you compose my work instead? Well, go on. Let's hear one.
Truth comes first. Most people don't fail from a lack of effort. It's reality as it is, not where you wanna be. So this is where acknowledgement lives. Nothing else works without it. Yeah, truth comes first. Become who you wanna be. When truth comes first, truth's not positivity, but where you fight to be.
Bro, that would make Tony Robinson proud. So truth, providing accurate orientation to life, eternally and externally. And this simple reality of acceptance makes truth your strongest tool in the kit. Because let's face it, before your growth can ever begin, truth must be placed accurately. And before healing and discipline can even form, your truth must be accepted. So my friend, if your truth is missing from your life story, every other tool behind it stabilizes the wrong thing. And this active misplacement is called many things, but right now we are currently calling it the grind. So many try and fail today because they're going off a map that is providing false promises and misalignment, having them run in the wrong direction, and this neurodivergent mind saw that immediately. And I'm going against that loop. I'm going against the trapdoors. I'm going against the false scaffolding. No.
Truth first, or else you're just confidently lost.
Okay.
So don't be an ass.
I guess he's calling me out of my own drifting as well, eh? So truth does one thing. It tells you where you actually are in life. For it doesn't hold you back. It's not where you want to be. It's not where you pretend to be. It's where you are actively living at right now. The starting point of everything that you want to work on. That's your truth. So all of that is just the affirmation mental loop. Only by providing action can you make your manifestations actually happen. Seriously, people. If thinking about it ever did any good, why haven't you gotten up and started your goals yet? Why haven't you finished to completion? Why haven't the $7 billion a year self-help industry actually has more success stories instead of continuing people plus more every year coming back to them for needing to understand? You don't need more thinking and mantras. You need to get up. You need to apply. And this is where your truth lives. So seriously, let's think about it. When I say where your truth lives, what does this mean? Reality, as it is. There is no lying to yourself, just placement. There is no blame game here, just placement. And this is where I teach you how to create boundaries further down the line when we get you prepared for that. Whew. So then if truth is reality as it is, this is also where you find your eternal acknowledgement. Because y'all, let's face it, if truth is skipped, awareness, it just becomes narrative. Yes, I said it. Just narrative. Then acceptance becomes avoidance, while discipline, it feels like punishment. And this right here, my friend, is what we call the grind cycle. This is purely a loop theory coming to real life. Just making resilience become endurance for absolutely nothing.
Just remember, everyone, don't be an ass. Truth first, or else you're just confidently lost.
Listen to him. So don't let the flow of life drag you down before you have rooted. Because I mean, let's face it, truth doesn't judge, it orients you. Yeah. And this orientation is non-negotiable. And yes, it is also a very scary place to be. But nothing is required yet here. Only accepting and accounting for your actions as a whole. This is pure acknowledgement. Because nothing should move forward until your truth is accepted and placed accurately. And awareness comes after truth. Because truth may tell you where you are, but awareness, it tells you what is happening. Wait, speaking of telling us what's happening, E3, I know you love composing my writings into some wonderful music, but what's your song, brother?
You know how most people's families have a coat of arms. Well, mine passes down a code of anthem, driven by internal emotions, and no generation
anthem
knows when their song will hit.
Well,
do your clouds hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Do funnels drop down? Do they make you scramble round? Do your clouds hang low? Do your clouds hang low? Do your sirens blare with might, causing terror, panic, and fright? Does the wind and rain begin to trample clouds hang low.
Damn, bro. That is quite heavy. Ah, awareness. Without it, your truth just stays abstract. Just talking and preparing through mantras. Ooh, well that's cute. If overthinking and overpreparing and feeling it ever did us any good, then why haven't you gotten up and completed your goals yet?
Don't be so abstract. Beigeness kills dreams, so stop drifting off course.
So truth tells you where you are, but awareness is your eternal systems alerting you to what is actually happening and what needs to be fixed anon. So as you see, this isn't a vibe that we are discussing. This is your life and your identity. Let's truly think about it. If the self-help industry really works, then how come it's the same people, plus more, that continually go to it each year, growing it and evolving it and looking for more answers? So make it make sense. This is the industry that's supposed to teach people how to help themselves. And yet, they continually come back? There's something wrong with this loop. So let's face it, truth may tell you where you are, but awareness tells you what's happening while in motion with life. This is the way of contact reality. This focuses on awareness because awareness is detection in life. Of self and surroundings, it is not just commentary. It is a tool used to navigate all the different situations that we call terrains. And let's be clear here. Yes, the gurus happen to call these environments. But no, that suggests that you are at its mercy.
Sink off swim, it's up to you to navigate the water to its edge. That's called the way of flow.
A terrain, however, it is navigable. And so of course, this means that awareness, it turns truth into signal, a compass. Dare I even say, the way of navigation. So without awareness, truth stays abstract, unusable. It's ignored potential.
Actions, action, action. That's what it's all about. Or what the hell is this all for?
So funny thing is, most people confuse awareness with just watching themselves struggle. Let me just tell you, that is not awareness, that is just observation without responsibility. Bruh. Seriously though, real awareness, it detects where tension spikes and retention needs to appear, and where you need to actually fix and repair things, so that way that resistance can dissipate. This is where you realize where patterns begin to repeat, detecting where all of your tools of life and self-growth are being misused and misplaced. So again, I say, awareness does not explain, it signals, it flags, it tells you where to apply action right now. Because awareness without action is just voyeurism. You're just watching yourself, and narrating your thoughts and admiring your delusions of grandeur. So I say, once all your excuses expire, and I mean all of your excuses expire, this means that awareness arrives with your truth.
Seriously though, what are your core truths? Then you start reinforcing from there, and that reinforcement is acquired through small daily actions that build your integrity.
This is making you see clearly that all of your responsibility for yourself has to be done by yourself. That's it. And you have to actually apply it. Apply this awareness. Apply it to every action in detail, eternally and externally. Because here, you see, in life, you only get back what you put in. That is it. And some of us have to sweat 3 times much more than others. So apply, apply, apply.
Action, action, action. That's what it's all about. Or what the hell is this all for?
Yep. So learning if awareness ever becomes a place that you live in, all action stalls in life. And if that awareness becomes identity, stillness takes over and all of your potential rots away. So what am I saying? Well, now clarity begins when you realize that awareness is a signal, an inner layer, a mental and emotional resident of self. This is making your awareness a unique system signal. Now again, what do I mean by that? Well, it is a singular, personal sense of truth, filtered through all of your life lived and the people and experiences that you have gone through and met throughout life. And all these encounters awaken one profound thing within. This is called detection. And it begins sharpening because you realize there is no external action yet. This is literally just signal and clarity and truth placed accurately so you can begin all of your healing and your journey and your growth. And after this, acceptance follows awareness. For awareness shows you what is happening, but acceptance decides whether or not if you stop fighting it and to carry it with you into the future. So I am sure most of you noticed that we did not put action on the list within the first video. And this is because most people believe action is calling awareness work, then calling survival progress, or calling insight change. Oof, no, my neurodivergent mind learned this immediately, that this is just a loop syndrome. And so in order to avoid all of this, we must apply and apply and apply at every level.
Actions, action, action. That's what it's all about. Or what the hell is this all for?
So you must apply during all of your acknowledgement. Otherwise, you are just observing yourself. So yes, acceptance comes after awareness. So let's unpack this. So what do I mean by constantly applying? Well, we must apply during acceptance, or you're just, numbing yourself? Bruh. And we must apply during insight, or you're just admiring yourself? Isn't that a concept? And we must also apply during healing phases. Otherwise, you're just decorating yourself. Wearing little pendants saying, look what I've gone through, instead of actually healing what was wrong. So veterans of the channel already know that I started my process over 20 years ago with my neurodivergent AAA method. I have over 92 videos in a public folder. You can still watch the original process if that's what you would like. But let me just sum this up, because that AAA tool seriously only creates one discipline. Literally, knowing how to apply action across every tool and terrain that you come across within your life, eternally and externally. That's it. But today is about acceptance. So as we said plenty of times on this channel before, yes, awareness shows you what is happening, but acceptance, it truly decides if you're going to fight for it and carry it on into your future self. And all of this is basically agreement, not approval, but agreeing what is your true core self and values, and the things that surround it. Do they justify that, or do they go against it? And then you start whittling things out from there. Because let me tell you, this is sure as hell is not approval. This is not liking what you see, not liking what you do. This is not all about vibes. No, that's some beige shit right there. We don't go off of vibes here. We go off of truth. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because your acceptance is the end of resistance to your own truth. It is the moment that you stop arguing and enter reality.
Seriously, that's just calling survival progress and insight change. Truth first, don't be an ass.
Truth never dies!
So far too many people think that healing is where acceptance happens. It's not, y'all. It is not. Acceptance is the access to the tools of growth that do the healing, that help you evolve into that healing motion. But until acceptance, all those stools. But until acceptance, all of those tools stay locked. So you can see truth, even notice its patterns. However, without acceptance, nothing accurately moves. Ever. It just stays stagnant. So all of this acceptance is your inner quiet of understanding. This is the understanding of, well, this is happening. This is mine to address because it ain't going away otherwise. And seeing that type of acceptance removes all excuses by pure exhaustion of all known options. And it's usually the last couple of options that we try or the ones that we realize we have been avoiding all this time. So stop procrastinating and just start doing. Actions, actions, actions. Apply, apply, apply.
Seriously, though, what are your core truths? Then you start reinforcing from there, and that reinforcement is acquired through small daily actions that build your integrity.
So seriously, I keep saying this because once you accept what is, you stop spending all of that energy on it, and that can be utilized elsewhere. And you'd be surprised at how much energy you're wasting by avoidance. By pure pretending. So when you get all of this energy flooded back into you and you can allocate it to other things, you realize, oh shit, I have been stopping me all this time. Nobody else, just you. So again, just let me be very clear here. Acceptance does not heal, but it does unlock all the things that can. So if all of your acceptance turns into inner waiting, all of the systems stall. This is what I call lagging in the comfort trap, where misalignment stabilizes. Dude, no, don't do this to yourself. So acceptance belongs to action. It is the threshold of growth, of your healing. It is not just the door, it is that threshold. But as all thresholds, it is a handoff, because only you can step through it by applying. Because after this, all of your action, it is unavoidable. Seriously. Because applying yourself is the one constant variable in everything. That's it. In all of your outcomes, in order to achieve an outcome that you can call yours, you must apply yourself. I mean, all of this produces your integrity, which completely comes after your acceptance. For your acceptance unlocks the tools, but it's your integrity that decides how they will be used and placed within and externally. Oh, yeah. Say, integrity. It is one of the most major tools that govern our entire inner systems and dialogue. Everything that we do eternally and externally. However, the key point here is placement, as a majority of the people misuse this top asset in their life.
Don't be so abstract. Beigeness kills dreams, so stop drifting off course.
So as we overview integrity today, we realize that it is a bridge eternally that decides how all other tools are going to be used. And as a neurodivergent, most of us use integrity as refusing to defeat anything about our core beliefs, because this governs how we act externally, how we're going to apply any of our actions. So as external pressures and their consequences step forward and then test your resilience within and its resistance, this is where your integrity holds your values. So no, we do not ask what feels right. There is no place for vibes here. This is truth only. For in this landscape, it simply asks, what does this cost for me to live in it? So this means that integrity is a tool that's irreversible. A silent acceptance that all of your future actions are grounded in. So this is deciding how all of your tools and growth is placed in life and used. So of course, the neurodivergent mind says, this is solid, but it needs to be placed correctly.
Don't be so abstract. Beigeness kills dreams, so stop drifting off course. This is sink or swim. And it's up to you to navigate to water of life to its edge. That's called way of flow.
So let's break this down further. Integrity is not morality of perfection, and it is not trying to be good. It's an alignment to your eternal truth, meeting to your external actions. So yeah, I know. Let me truly clarify this. This meeting point is where your tools begin to form what you would call identity. There. Is that better? However, integrity answers only one thing here. What will you never violate, even when it costs you everything? And we mean everything. And this is the purest form of your identity. Because without this, what we call your integrity, your truth itself is just observation then. This means that you can know what's still wrong and what's going on in life and be actively participating in it, even though you know it's wrong.
Oi, 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 oi. That's peak beige. Oof, just peak beige, my friend.
Never dies!
Exactly. Beigeness abstracts again. So integrity holds that inner root system. It's the key ring of all the tools that are being used. And as you keep refining it and refreshing it and refining it even more, it reaches down to the most core root of yourself. Okay? And what this does, it's a stabilizing force that reaches the bedrock of all of your core growth and truth. And this leads back to your external life. This creates that identity. So think of integrity as the root system of your tools, going down and anchoring into truth. And yes, this is very scary for some people, because what this does is it ends all your excuses. It ends the blame game. And it begins reflecting back all of your true starting points with everything that you want to do in life. So of course, most people don't want to go that route, because that's a true mirror. That mirror tells you what is up. That mirror says, hey, you need to work on this shit. So integrity, it provides the structure for your truth to truly build upon. Closing all the escape routes, closing all those escape routes to blaming. So why am I saying this? Because if you delay any of your integrity, this is self-sabotage in its highest form. This is making your tools of growth and health and healing get used against you. This is misaligning your identity. So this makes your resilience become endurance for absolutely nothing. Your discipline becomes punishment, and your strengths become suppression, and your integrity prevents all of that from ever happening.
Beige people will never understand that, but dude, just remember what great-granddad said.
Don't be a donkey. Terrain is already rough.
You should be listening to him. Oh. So simply note for now that integrity does not create motion in life. It is your compass, redirecting you on where to go, what to heal, and where placement needs to be. This forms your disciplines, which can only come after your integrity, never before. Discipline, 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 discipline. Ugh. Seriously, y'all, every time I hear this publicly, my neurodivergent brain just goes blah, 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 blah. Yes, are you going to tell them how to place it correctly, though, and what tools to use it with? Because most people just claim it as an identity, and then they begin a loop cycle. Seriously, what is this about?
Oi, that's pig beige.
Correct.
Oof.
It is the beigest of the beige. Discipline. Yes, this is personal growth. It's an accountability for which is necessity for you to face your reality. For this change that you are seeking can only occur once you stop avoiding your reality. For true growth and disciplines come from facing your cold, clear, hard facts in life. Everything such as financial struggles, failed plans, or personal habits that you have yet to break. So rather than maintaining this surface level faux pas positive attitude that gets you hooked in this loop, the grind cycle that we are calling, facing your own reality is giving yourself encouragement to face your own eternal bluff. And look at the areas in life that you may be hiding from or even avoiding. This is serving as a reminder that the path to becoming you is a painful yet very necessary process of embracing the truth of where you are at right now in your life.
Don't be so abstract. Beigeness kills dreams, so stop drifting off course.
Don't be abstract. And so this is how this neurodivergent is going to be teaching you how to correctly place this. And yes, I know, all the gurus is letting you place it yourself without teaching you, and then yelling at you for doing it incorrectly without even teaching it proper. So we're not going to do this here. Because, I mean, dude, that is the beigest of the beigest thinking that I can ever... No. Why... Yes, don't be so abstract. And why is this? Because discipline doesn't come first. Truth does. Because you cannot suppress your lies. Nor can you discipline those lies either. So it's... truth never dies.
Seriously.
There you are. Because the old saying, truth will out, my dear friend. It will always out what you are trying to hide.
Truth never dies! Never, ever!
Yeah, so you see, your discipline is your own truth sustained over time. It is not control nor punishment, because with integrity, your discipline becomes a beacon. Yes, of eternal continuity. Yes, let me repeat this. A beacon of eternal continuity. Bringing all of your actions in life forward with grace instead of reactionary attitude. I mean, let's face it, most of us currently living today are just reactive. This is teaching you how to be active. Not responsive, but responsible. And I know, this one is a lot to unpack, everybody. Just a lot. So, welcome to the innermost governing system of this neurodivergent's mind. This is where discipline never forces control, instead stabilizing the eternal tool placement. This is a foundational root forming to anchor you. A recalibration mode, if you will. So this mode governs your eternal systems by alerting you to where action and all of your adjustments need to be made anon. So this is why it's crucial to correctly place your discipline. Because it is not an external source. It's an eternal tool. And this wonderful tool, when properly aligned with you, completely activates instead of negotiates anything. It's all negotiation, and all of your blaming completely stops. Because discipline truly answers one thing for you. What continues when motivation is completely gone? And what continues when no other eyes or anybody else is watching me? That's who you are. That's where your disciplinary actions begin. So if you don't like who you are during your quiet times, when you're just completely 100% being yourself, if that's the version of you don't like, that's where you begin. So your discipline shows you which structures hold eternally for you, and where all of your repetition stops becoming accidental and starts fortifying all of your life choices and actions behind them. This removes all the daily need to decide over and over again, that exhausting loop cycle, the grind. Ugh. So from here, you start layering progressively, showing you that when your discipline is misplaced, effort resets daily, and progress just feels exhausting for absolutely no reason. So all of your discipline and daily habits and actions held consistently through your daily life and routines. When you repeatedly do all of this, it actually makes your life reliable on yourself. What?
Seriously, though, what are your core truths? Then you start reinforcing from there, and that reinforcement is acquired through small daily actions that build your integrity.
And so once your discipline is finally present and properly placed, all of your eternal systems can endure the life of external forces. And you know what I mean, because life likes to play whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. And through all of this, it starts building your resilience. This is creating contact with the root anchors of your life and identity. Resilience. I mean, this is the biggest lie that was sold to you, yeah? Sold as endurance, to keep going, to push through, don't stop. It is up to you. Yeah. I wonder how well that is working out for everybody. Because this is a stellar tool that is incorrectly placed for most people.
That's just economic survival dressed up as virtue. Bro, they're just organizing procrastination over goals. How cute.
Right, my man? I mean, that is just structured avoidance that mimics progress, but goes nowhere. I mean, so my neurodivergent mind yelled, "Yo, this is not resilience. It is not a house that you build and live in." Seriously, if you claim this as your identity, then what? You stop choosing life and only tolerate its customs. And this isn't living, my friend. So to be clear, resilience is not who you are, for its external factors only arise when you are forced to be something for a prolonged period of time. That's it. So this being said, resilience is what holds you eternally while you physically move through life and all of its extreme modes.
Resiliency does not lead, nor does it provide direction in life. So truth first, or else you're just confidently lost.
Rooting your truth to your integrity. Anchoring your identity while the world tests your durability. And these moments happen to all of life on Earth. Yes, all just to ensure that you don't break and continuing to move forward. This is absorbing all the pressures of life. And your external resilience exits the moment that you choose and act on your next step in life. So the very moment that movement begins, this is why you don't relish or envy those with these certain traits of strength, traits of resilience and discipline, because you don't know where they're at in their current cycle. For these moments of life are not your entire story. And tools, they're traits to be used, not identities.
So those tools create motion, not life. Who would have guessed?
Correct. If they are used as an identity, this creates a stalemate in your growth and action. Where tools of life are not meant to be worn as a badge, they're not meant to be oogled at or performed.
Wait a minute! That's all vibes and zero logistics if that's the case.
So if resilience is required to remain in place, then misalignment has already occurred. For this tool operates behind the scenes, also your truth and discipline can continue under pressure. And I'm pointing out this trifecta because most people, when they reach this phase, is when they start confusing resiliency as their identity. And this is how and why your motion in life begins to slow, why all of your motivation starts to dwindle, and why you no longer feel like acting. All of this is making endurance replace your alignment. And this begins suffering for nothing. So this starts closing you into that grind loop, that cycle of chaos. And you begin to disappear underneath this cycle. And this is not resilience. That is a damaged system holding itself without repair. So what do I mean by all of this? Well, proper resilience, it stabilizes. It stabilizes all of your transitions in life. A bridge, if you will. Yeah. It is a pivotal holding point to allow you to cross the thresholds, holding you just long enough for all of your external conditions to finally slow down so you can breathe again. And so once your crossover or step up has completed, like all other tools in life, you tuck resilience away until needed for a future date. And this, my friend, we call strength. Knowing when to use something and when to set it down. Knowing when it needs to be released or be stepped away from. And this keeps you moving forward because it's all about that correct placement, as shown right here.
Hey, stay tuned for our newest song coming up. Also, if you got any value from our video, hit that like button or subscribe or maybe even leave us a comment.
Wow! Wow, that's amazing!
Truth never dies, never ever. Never dies. Truth never dies, never ever. Never dies. Truth ain't weak, wait. Beige bitches be weak, wait. Truth ain't weak, wait. Vague signal is weak, wait. Truth never dies, never ever. Truth never dies, never ever. Truth ain't weak, wait. Beige bitches be weak.